Hello, everyone. How are you guys? How are you, ladies?
Well, how are you?
A long week. It's just Wednesday too.
Right, right. Uh,
It's a long one, but anyway, we are going to go ahead and proceed with today's lesson. Today, what I want to discuss, and for some of you who have been with me for a minute, you've been through this, but as a result of seeing multiple messages on social media from others in this industry, I think it warrants reviewing this really quickly because we are in the midst of tax season. And I know for some, even the partners that are on my team, I still get text messages or Boxer messages regarding what's next, what's the sequence. So I want to take this time to go through the workflow really quickly. I'm not going to go, well, I may go through, I'm only going to go through the tax. I'm not going to worry. No, I can't do that because Shannon hasn't been through the bookkeeping. So I'm going to go through the tax, but I'm going to go through bookkeeping really quickly for the sake of time today. And then I want to talk about the pipeline and how things go as well. So let's jump into this really quickly. Let me share my screen. And if you guys can share my screen, please, if you can see my screen, please let me know that you can see the screen. So this is how the
yes.
workflow actually goes. So when from the moment let me start backwards. From the moment we get a client, we do a strategy session, we have some type of contact with them, and they say that they're interested in doing business. The first thing that you would like to do is send over an engagement letter. The reason why you want to send the engagement letter is because it solidifies the fact that we are doing business together. It outlines the price, it outlines our pricing policy, it outlines any terminations that could possibly occur as a result of maybe something not going one way. It could be a situation whereby um, it could be a number of different things, but you outline the terms. Maybe you had some findings in the tax return. Maybe they gave you mileage and you disagreed with the mileage, or maybe they gave you something pertaining to the fact that they were sick with COVID, but they did not provide any backup. They insist on taking the credit, but you don't feel comfortable. So maybe they say, "Give me back my money." You want to have those types of clauses in there. How's the process? What's the procedure? From the time once they sign the engagement letter, then you really want to collect. The reason why I collect, and here's a good policy for you all, as we know, there's multiple competitors within close proximity to us, or others who are doing the same thing. During tax season, taxpayers are they say they're looking for the best service, but a lot of them are also looking for the best price. Whoever is going to charge them the least, um, then they will probably select that preparer over someone who's going to do the same work but charge them a higher price. Okay. They're not looking at the years of service, the knowledge, reputation, customer service. They're not looking at any of that. They're looking at the dollar amount. So that's why we collect. We collect through bank products, we collect through credit cards, and we collect through cash. Okay. Right now, cash is probably not going to be the best. So it's either going to be a bank product or credit card. Hopefully, all of you have your merchant account set up. Whatever merchant account you choose to use, it should be set up at this point. You should already have that going. All right. You want to send over a client tax organizer, or in my case, I'm using Onboardable. So I send them a link to get going, meaning that they key all their information in, they upload their tax documents, etc. Okay. And then you want to have someone review the information, determine what information may or may not be missing. If there's missing information, you all make sure that you do not start the tax return until you have a complete file. You do not want to find yourself going in and out like you're playing. Forgot what it's called. What's that where you jump? I forget what the jump rope and you jumping in. What is that called? Whatever it's called. You guys get what I'm saying.
Double Dutch.
Double dutch. Yes, there you go. You don't want to be playing double dutch like you like about to jump in, but you don't want the jump rope to hit you. You just want to jump in and do the tax return. Thanks, Regina. And do the tax return and get it over with. I've worked in this field for years, and I hate the fact that clients give accurate or incomplete information. So, advice to you all, look through the documents that they are providing you. If they forget to give you their social security number, I don't care. I filed your taxes for the last 10 years. I need it on the organizer. I don't always have the practice of going back to last year's tax return, not because I'm lazy. The file is in the garage and I just don't have time to go back and forth. I'm using a new tax software this year. So it's not like I want to go into last year's software and pull up your date of birth. Okay. I don't want to go into last year's tax software and pull up your driver's license information. I need for you to be cooperative so that we can get this tax return in and out and provide me with everything. You guys get my point. Once you have everything that you need, then you want to ensure that either you're doing the return, you get started on it, or you're passing it on to one of your team members. If you're passing it on to one of your team members, that's why this step here, pull all the information, is critical, because you don't want to have a backlog on your team member. You want them to be working as efficient as possible as well. So just keep that in mind. Once the return is done, you have a review team. You have someone reviewing the tax return in yourself. If you don't have the capacity, the bandwidth or whatever, then it's just you. But make sure you're verifying your own work. Your own work. You know, our eyes are extremely tired this time of the year. Sometimes it may require that we don't rush and give the client their tax return, but we set it on our keyboard or whatever the case may be. We leave it in the system. We go to bed. We get a fresh pair of eyes. We wake up and we review that return with a different pair of eyes that aren't as tired. I have been there many of nights. I have been there many of days because I was tired and maybe it just wasn't clicking and it just required a good night's rest. So sometimes we have to just slow ourselves down. I don't care, you guys, if the client is rushing you. I really don't care, because the client would, they're going to complain if you told them Tuesday and you get it to them on Friday or whatever. But even though they complain, we have a way of apologizing, and you can still let them know that you needed to ensure that the return was done accurate. Just always blame your auditing. It's in the auditing department. The auditors, the audit team has it. They're reviewing it for a second pair of eyes, whatever the case may be. Okay. But you really have it, but you want to make sure that it's accurate. That is the key. Make sure that it is an accurate return with nothing omitted. You want to make sure that if you're going through all of those documents, you're putting some type of tick on it to let you know that you've entered this information. If it's a question that you need to ask them, put that piece of paper to the side, put a question mark. That way, when you're done with everything in that return, you can take the items that you have a question mark on and you can shoot that person an email. Okay. So just, and this is in a virtual environment. All right. Then you want to send the return to the client to have them review it, to have them sign Form 8879 for the federal. It is Form 8879 across the board for most states. Oh, excuse me, not all states. Okay, so just have them sign the correct documentation, giving you permission to electronically file their return on their behalf. They've reviewed the document, they feel good with the tax return, and now you can send it off for filing or e-filing, but only after Form 8879 is complete and in your hands. Okay, that means that whether they looked at it or not, they signed off on the fact that we're okay with our return. We're okay if you electronically file the return. We're good. Okay. Then you want to offboard the client again by giving them the results. And then at the end, you want to send a thank you card or some type of token of appreciation, an email, soft, nothing monetary or anything like that, nothing that costs, just a quick thank you. And I think I shared this already, but a quick thank you with a note card is cost effective. It speaks volume to the recipient because they're saying, oh, she took time out of her day to handwrite me this note and send it to me. Okay. The notes, by the way, they don't only have to go out during tax season, they could go out anytime throughout the year. And they're a nice little small gesture, token of appreciation. All right. So, any questions on this before I go through the next flow chart?
I was just gonna add a comment about the notes. I ordered some thank you cards from Canva.com that I just designed that just have like little lines, almost like a postcard. They weren't expensive at all, but that's like a cute way that you can, leave notes and have your brand and stuff on it. Just wanted to share that. They came today. Really cute.
Yeah, I don't have my notes, but I don't know where they are. I know where they are, but I can't go get them. My coach sends little notes. Dear Dr. Cosette, congratulations on investing in yourself, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, ever since I've known her, she sends postcards. She sends postcards for my birthday, when my grandma passed, and I was like, how does she know this? But that's because she follows me on social media. And so, make a post, she sends a postcard. I had a conference. She called me the morning of the conference and she prayed with me before the conference. So when we do small tokens of appreciation for our clients, they really appreciate it. A lot of my clients, they follow me on social media. I like one of them this week, she posted her son was turned 16. Believe it or not, I have been doing their tax return that long. She was pregnant with me when she was carrying Matthew. So, those kind of things, they become, an extended family of yours. And so they appreciate those small things. Okay. So let me go back to the tax workflow. So it's pretty much the same. It just has some different verbiage in these boxes, but you have your clients, because we're virtual, you all. We are completely virtual. Some of us, maybe not us per se, but some have brick and mortar locations. And from what I can understand, because I've actually had a few people reach out to me and ask me to do training, virtual training for them because they're struggling. And they found out that I have been running my business virtual for years. So they reached out to me. And so what I did, just so that you all know, and you have to be creative if you're looking to create and generate the revenue that you have for your goals. I struggled with it for a couple of days when I saw the discovery session appointment, but the Lord just said, bingo, this is what you do. So I used to do VIP days. And so what I did was turned it into a VIP day. I offered her to train her for either 6 hours or 3 hours. So a 6-hour VIP day or a 3-hour VIP day. I assigned a dollar value to it, and she decided that she wanted to go with the 6-hour VIP day with me. So what does that mean? She wants me to teach her about systems, SOPs, and her workflow. So that was an easy couple of, I think $3,500 is what I charged her for 6 hours. I didn't know what to charge, what price to put, so I just went 3,500. So, and the thing about it, we're doing it in 2-hour increments. So I'm fine with it. I could have charged her a lot more, my coach was like, why'd you charge her so less? Blah, 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 blah. Your Dr. Cosette. But anyway, I'm like, hey, so just know that when folks come to us, never turn down um, the request. You know, Courtney, you're good at a lot of different things that I see in social media. At some point, someone may come to you and say, can you show me how to brand my page? Can you show me how to do your creative post? Um, just think about it and don't just turn it down. If it's you have the capacity and you want to take on that person, then work with them. Okay.
Definitely.
So when the clients, they have a link. My clients have a link. I'm not sure how you guys are importing, but they upload their documents to Onboardable. I go through Onboardable all day and make sure that those that are uploading their documents have a full file. They have their 2019 tax return attached. They have their social security for themselves, their dependents. You know, all the information on the organizer is complete. Once we do that, I invoice them because I do mine's a little backwards than how I teach you guys, but I invoice them. And I can only do this because these are clients that have been with me for years. And so I don't want to fully twist and change things on my clients. The new ones, it's a total different ballgame. They get invoiced right after they sign their engagement letter. So anyway, we upload documents, or they upload documents. We make sure we have everything. Once we have everything, once we have payment, then we move forward with actually starting the tax return. I'm very, very adamant about not starting a return until I get paid, especially for my new clients. One lady sent me over, she sent over 5 years of returns. And she had to be very cognizant that it was going to cost. So she really only had, to be honest, they had a mortgage, interest, you know, the mortgage itself, the interest, the property tax, and 2 W-2s for her husband and her. That's all she had. She didn't give me anything else for her Schedule A, but I'll ask if she has anything else to go with her Schedule A. Long story short, I said she gave me 5 years, so I just charged 450, 450, and 450. 450. This last year, she has a business to it, and it's paparazzi. I'm sure she made minimal income, so I charged her $9.95. So 450 for all of these and $9.95. Now, I said I don't start on anything that's a new client until they pay me. So I sent her the invoices. She sent me an email back a couple of days after. It's probably been like 5, 6 days. But she sent an email yesterday and said, I'll pay for the first invoice when I get paid. I said, not a problem. We'll start your return upon receipt of payment. That's my policy. I'm not going to do the work and then she changes her mind and she'll come back and say something like, oh, I don't think we can afford to pay for all those at once, or whatever the case may be. That's not my problem. My problem is to get rid of your headache and get these tax returns off your back and get them to the Internal Revenue Service. Her problem is to comply and get those tax returns done. That's her problem. I'm trying to solve it. All right. So make sure you guys, you review all your credits, all your refundable credits, everything that you've been taught. Make sure that you review it. If you are uncertain, I would definitely say reach out to an advisor or someone that's skilled in the area of taxes that can assist you, because you don't want to turn in a return and then months later it's audited by the Internal Revenue Service. That's what you don't want to do. So if in doubt, raise your hand, ask questions. And that's why it's important also to join some of the groups that are on social media specifically for taxes, because that's all the jargon they talk about all day is taxes, all day, taxes. My client sent in this, what do I do? My client has this, what do I do? Just wanted to, whatever the case may be. So run an error check. All of the software you all have a built-in error check, a diagnosis where you can run a diagnosis, but you want to check your work. You want to run that so that the system will tell you if there's an error, if something's a warning, etc. You just want to make sure that you do the error check. And if there's something that you need to correct that's urgent, meaning that the return will not process until you correct it, the system will tell you that as well. All right. Make sure all the documents are correct. Set up an appointment, whatever you choose to with the client. My clients, you all, are so old school with me that they trust me. And so a lot of my clients, we don't even go over their return. I just send it to them and I say, take a look at this. If everything looks good, then I'll transmit. Sign form 8879. But the more complicated a return is, the more they will ask more questions. And they will set up like a Zoom meeting or a conference call or something like that to go over the return. But you all want to, until you build that rapport, you build that relationships with your clients, you build the relationship, then you want to ensure that you go over every return in detail with the client. Okay, until you build that rapport with them and they feel comfortable. All right. If they're doing bank products, select bank product, share the file with the client, and then pretty much the work is done. Once they've signed and you transmitted the files, the work is pretty much done. Okay. I see there's some questions. Tax Twitter is helpful too. Where on Twitter? Who are you following? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. She's saying hashtag. Okay. I never thought about doing hashtag tax Twitter. Was that what it was? Okay. I'm in enough groups on social media where I'm an ambassador in one group. So I get enough questions. So I'm going to go through the next slide extremely fast because we're in the midst of tax season, but you all need to know. Payroll, phase 1 and phase 2. You start the month doing the monthly, I said payroll, bookkeeping. You start the month doing the monthly bookkeeping. You have some weekly bookkeeping, some bi-weekly payroll. You have other monthly reports that must be gathered. And those reports could be a number of things, you all. For instance, today I had a client out of Florida. We needed her inventory reports. We needed the numbers. We needed her inventory as of January 31, because we needed to do some calculations and we needed to make sure everything was correct. We had to pull some data from Shopify. Now she's a brand new client that came on with me, and we're familiarizing ourselves with her account. Lots of transaction. I'm going to get to that when we talk about billing. Well, I don't even see it on here, but billing. When I brought this client on, she was adamant about picking the lowest price, the lowest package that I offered. And so because I had did her tax planning in the month of December, I knew that she was not technically eligible for the lower package, but she insisted. So what I said to her was, if after 3 months, it's determined that we're doing more work and we're spending more hours, then I'll need to adjust your plan. So with the small plan, it only comes with a total of 3 hours per month that we will do work for, plus 1/2 an hour of consultation every single month. That consultation is going through her profit and loss statement, balance sheet, and statement of cash flow. This particular person loves to jibber jabber, so it's going to take longer. I'm sure at some point she will probably, anyway, yeah. So long story short, on today's call, I said, we brought you on at this amount. At the time that I brought you on, I told you that we will monitor your account for 3 months. Unfortunately, we've already spent 12 hours on your account. So that right there, we need to shift. And so I had this, I had these post-its already made out, did my calculations, what I was going to tell her, you know, the price of having a CPA, the price of having an accountant come in and work in the office versus the price of having a virtual CFO, you know, what was her cost savings. And, you know, I had my little cheat sheets right here because I thought she was going to be kind of argumentative based on, you know, our past dialogue. But she was like, and I even brought up sales. I said, you did, you know, $90,000 in sales just for the month of January alone. So when we look at your sales just for 1 month, if we take that and annualize it, then you are making a significant amount of money. So if you take a small percentage of that, you know, I'm just trying to justify it. And at the end, it was easy peasy. She's like, no problem. So you're going to put me in your highest package, right? I said, yeah, that's what I was trying to get at when I first had the dialogue with you. So make sure you guys have a system in place. It's not on here, but make sure you have a system in place for billing. If you're doing automatic billing, which I need to change our automatic billing, then you need to make sure you have a system, a merchant account that will allow you to do automatic billing. Otherwise, you will forget. And then before you know it, it's like, oh, I didn't, you know, so make sure that you have that set up. Okay. So once you have the documents, some bookkeeping is straightforward, you all. And other accounts require journal entries, payroll journal entries, payroll. Now, her payroll was not in her quote. It was in her quote, but it was kind of like a la carte. It was separate. So, and I was waiting for it to come up. I said, we will need your payroll reports since you're processing your payroll, and we need to incorporate that into your books. I said, can you tell me how frequently you're paid? 2 times a month, the 1st and the 15th. So then I said, well, who did your payroll for January? And she told me that she kept the last girl on and kind of overlapped us for payroll purposes. I said, okay, well, what about this month, the month of February? She's still on this, no, you're not going to do, no, she wanted us to do the payroll, but I said, no, we wasn't. So then she's like, well, it's only just me on the payroll. I don't understand why. I said, because it was not part of the package. And when I specifically gave her her contract or her proposal, I specifically put 2 little bullets for payroll and state sales and use tax. If you guys know anything about sales and use tax and she's retail, that means she has sales tax in a variety of different states. So to do retail and see all those transactions that come through on a daily basis, then try to come up with what was the total for Mississippi? What was the total for, you know, Alabama? What was the total for this and total for that? It's going to take time, but she still wants to try and nickel and dime. Long story short, she agreed. She even said at the end, when I recapped everything, she said, so I assume you're sending me a bill for the difference in the 3 hour and the 10 hours. I said, you'll get something from me explaining what our discussion was today, our meeting was today. So make sure you incorporate the invoicing in here because I did not put that in there. Okay. And as you grow, you don't want that to be a bottleneck. Okay. Once you've completed your bookkeeping, you want to make sure that you have a reoccurring day on your books and it's in alignment with your client that you go over your financial statements with them. I don't ever want to see anybody that I trained just print out financial statements and send them to the business owner. That is not good. You need to have a sit down or a Zoom meeting face to face to go over the monthly statements. so that you know what's going on in their organization and they know what's going on as well. You may need to provide some recommendations of some things that maybe you don't like how they're doing some things. So that's that on the bookkeeping. Any questions? Shannon, you have any questions being that you're new? Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing for a second. Okay. All right. What was that? Oops.
I have a quick question.
Yes, yes.
Or is it your go, Shannon? Were you supposed to ask a question?
No, I didn't have any questions, so I'm good.
Oh, so Cosette, with working with Muhammad, do y'all normally meet before you take? So, like, if he does the monthly bookkeeping, do you have a meeting with him and then go and present whatever you guys talked about, or does he just say, "Hey, the bookkeeping is done for this client"?
For me, Courtney, he'll tell me that is done. I think being that I have accounting experience, I will go in and look at things and I will ask questions. He does provide me with feedback if there's something out of the norm or whatever. But I think our dialogue is really good considering that we both have that background.
Right. Okay. I meant to ask what the process, I feel like we've talked about it. We've talked a lot. And I have him doing February, but I also, because we're 10 hours apart, I don't want to keep, utilizing so much of his time. Although I do enjoy meeting with Muhammad. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to utilize too much of his time though. So I try to like be short, but I didn't know if I should plan to just have him, sit down with me before we go over the stuff with the client or what. I wanted to make sure I was following like a procedure.
Well, do you have him on WhatsApp app?
No, I need to add.
So I added him and that's how like today we were talking back and forth on there. Now, this one client, he worked, I got to tell my friend this. He worked on this file before and he just assumed that, me and my girlfriend, whatever. But so he knows this particular client very well and he knows the ins and out and he knows the shortfalls that we could have with his client. So he's always up on it, like, tell her we need this, yada, yada, yada. So today, what I did say to him, Courtney, when I incorporate my corporate learning is I said, Muhammad, we need to do a timeline for each of these clients, meaning they need to know when what report is due to us so that come the 15th, I'm ready to go and give these clients their financial statements for the prior month. And especially with this one, because she does payroll, but she does it on the 1st and the 15th. But I already know based on who she came from that she would throw some stuff in the game on the 15th. Right. So I need to have a timeline when things are due with her. Otherwise, I can see her just trying to monopolize my time.
Okay.
So definitely, this one here is probably the only one that we go back and forth asking questions. The rest of them are straightforward. It's like nothing to it. This one got inventory. This one have retail sales, point of sales, sales tax, payroll, all kind of stuff going on in that return.
Yeah, I don't have anything like that crazy. So I probably can just do that. I shouldn't expect anything like that. It's pretty straightforward.
But if you don't understand, just ask. I mean, some of them are pretty straightforward. And the one thing that I will do, I had to request, and I do know how to go into QuickBooks and run reports, but I just feel like he should run them. But I have him give me the report in PDF and in Excel. That way, if I want to manipulate the file or anything, I can tweak the numbers.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Must be cold, Regina. Oh, Shannon, did you get the snow? Shannon is frozen.
Yes, we did. We got over a foot, but it's all melted now. Thank God.
So you're not like the folks in Texas with no electricity?
Oh no.
What about you, Courtney?
Oh, I was
Courtney,
on mute. Yeah, it snowed really bad here. And like the whole Valentine's Day weekend, we were pretty much inside. But it's melted now, but we're expecting snow really bad tomorrow night at 1 a.m. So it's like all over again. So I'm just praying we can keep our power. It didn't go out, but a lot of people in the surrounding areas did lose power. So
Oh, wow. Okay. Well,
my worst fear.
you said that's your worst night of fear?
Yeah, I need my power. I mean, I need to be able to work. If I'm gonna be stuck in the house, I need to work. So
That is true. I can only imagine the folks in Texas that are raising hell.
yeah, and they're not used to snow, so this is new to
Right.
them. Sure.
Yeah, I
Oh,
talked to a friend of mine, and her sister had to get somebody to shut her pipes because her neighbors, all their pipes were bursting and stuff. I was like, ooh, that's expensive.
that is. Wow. More power to. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna cut it short for today. I know that sounds terrible, but it's not too short. You got something, Regina?
Yes, can you send the put the videos in the group?
Yeah, I know. I need to have an assistant do that.
I'm a new person and I need to like binge you. I already put you on my TV in my office and I watch you on the big screen and I need to watch everything on the big screen.
All right.
And especially today, I need to take notes. I'm in the car waiting. So I need those videos. Thank you. So I know you all over, TV, Fox 40 and all that, but I need my own Dr. Cosette on my own TV. And I need you on demand on my television.
On demand. Okay. Oh, and
I do have a question.
speaking of on demand,
How important are bank products?
how important are bank products? Well, I guess
Yeah, I don't really want to fool with them, but should I?
I think it really depends on your clients. If your clients are okay paying you cash and you don't have a problem, then no. But if you have those clients that want to
Okay.
pay you out of their tax return, then yes.
Okay.
So
Yeah, most people don't have a problem, but
as time grows, you will want to do the bank products as an option.
okay.
So right now, you probably can get over it, get through it without it. Who do you tell me who you use again, Shannon? What tax product?
Tax. They have UTax. Yeah, they have Santa Barbara and one other one. I can't remember the other one. I think it was Republic, but I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Something.
Yeah, it's an option if you feel like you don't need it this tax season, and depending on your clients, don't worry about it. But eventually, you will.
Okay. Do
Yeah.
you have time to look at my my website?
Did I or do I?
Do you? You probably haven't seen it yet because I don't have it. I haven't posted it on Facebook, but I will tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to share, put this on where multiple people can look, and you can share it, and I think we can all give you feedback.
All right. Can everybody see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Scrolling down.
Okay, so you have everything on here. Scan and prepare to email. So you are having them email their documents to you.
Yes, or they can mail them if they feel more comfortable with that. But yeah, I have I'm using Jot forms, so I have a form set up in Jot form that when they click the link, it'll take them to Jot form.
Mhm.
Or if they click one of these steps,
Enter data and payment. Okay.
yeah. Let me slow down.
Mhm. We sponsor. So this part is what was the sponsor part?
These are just my other businesses.
Okay.
So if people are interested in that, but oh yeah. So then there's some.
Okay. So testimonials.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I would say on your testimonials, if you can get them, would be to add their pictures.
Yep. Right. Just making a note.
Okay.
And then I can click to the next.
So what I do see though, go down to your
Mhm.
testimonials.
Go back. Okay. Let me
Yeah.
go back. Go back.
One of those testimonials talked about tutoring.
Yeah, I just noticed that. I didn't put that in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know she had put that in there. Yeah, I will take that out. Yes.
Okay.
I have another one. I have another one, and she said she was going to change it, and she hasn't changed it yet. So I will make sure that gets changed
And fix
immediately.
the S. Sloan, fix the years, the period
Okay,
between years and
got you. Oh yeah. I see that. Yep, I just caught that. Yep, I sure will. Yep.
other than that, I think it looks good.
All right. Good.
And what's if you go down after what people say?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Go back up to
Subscribe.
who we help.
To where?
Who we help.
Who we help?
Oh. Oh. Okay. No, it looks fine. So your fax
good?
number and
Okay.
your phone number are the same?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Looks good.
And they can get to the same documents
Wonderful.
from these links. So it lets them know that they're going to the
What was that other one?
Can you see the form, or do I need to open it?
Right
Well,
now,
it's
I
not.
can't
It's
see
still
anything.
loading.
It's just a white page.
It's still loading. It's almost.
So did you
Oh, come on, job form. I hope she's
did you
not in
design
there.
your website?
I had somebody. I told them what I needed, and then they put stuff together and asked me, "I like this, change that." Yeah, and this is the form. So
Okay.
they go through and answer the question, and then based on their answers, it takes them to certain pages.
Okay. Go back up
So
for
they
a
get all
second.
this
'Cause I
information
know
up
that
front,
I did
so
not
they
see
know.
prices that I thought I saw.
Oh, I was thinking about some college students, but people keep trying to talk me into lower prices, and I'm like,
Okay.
no.
First of all, you're gonna shortchange yourself.
Right. That's what I was trying to. Okay. I'm gonna raise them back up.
I know that you are just starting out, but if
Right.
you start with
Right.
low prices, they're gonna expect that. And
All the way.
I'm gonna give it to you like I would give my kids.
No problem.
Your prices, if you stay in this industry, whomever is coming to you now is always going to expect low price. It also speaks to the quality of service that you are going to provide.
Got you.
So it's also going to create some, I don't know what's the right word, but when we think about competition and we think about go down the street or go to Shannon, they will go to you for the $89 and say that they only have a few W-2s or whatever, or 129.
Oh yeah, no, they're not gonna get it, because once I see their forms, I'll be like, no, you owe me more. I was like, that's not going. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, tonight I'm changing all of it.
You can't have that deluxe at 129.
I got talked out of it. I knew I should know.
That's 1970s prices. I'm just kidding.
Got you.
Look at Regina.
Got you. Not a problem. Not a problem.
You said 70s,
like,
but I want you to no, wait. I need you
to say 1990. She said 70s when we was kids.
Yes, I was born in the 90s.
That's what you wasn't born in.
Now,
Shannon, why, Shannon? So I have a question.
Yeah,
I have a question, Shannon. I had got kicked out. Now I'm back in just in time. Why do you list the price there? Why did you feel like you need to list it on there?
Because they kept trying. The person that's building my site was like, you got to put the prices on your website, and I was like, no, I'm not putting it on my website.
This your website.
She's like, well, you can put it on your form.
This is your website and your livelihood. No one tells you how to run it. That's working for you. Whatever you say, put on your website. That's what you want. They could give you a recommendation, but they can't tell you. This is not a food industry. Like my cupcakes, my price for cupcakes are gonna be there. But on taxes, no, because I may need the premium package, but mine is a little more complex because no tax client is the same. You know what I'm saying? So you might be able to charge me $450, but then you charge my sister $580 or $600 because she got something else going on that I don't know nothing about. So you don't let your builder tell you to put your prices. I wouldn't put them because that's where the shopping comes. And like Dr. Cosette is saying, you're going to get a certain quality of person. If they want Shannon and they believe in your work, then whatever you say, that's you're gonna get. And if that customer is for you, they're for you, not based on price, based on what you do.
Right. So here's the homework that I want you to do, Shannon, just as to get a feel for what you see what prices are. Put in a phone call this week to H&R Block, Hewitt, Jackson, and just say, what's your price? I have a W-2 or this or that or that or that. And say, can you give me an estimate? And see what they say. Because let me just tell you, the moment, and this will really tick you off, the moment you see what you're charging and the moment someone brings a folder to you from their prior year and that they went to H&R Block and they charge $674 and you charge $89, you're gonna be like, I'm killing myself. What kind of business am I in?
Right.
H&R Block charges
no problem.
They charge every W-2 that comes through the door, every 1099 that comes through the door. They charge like
Yep.
$5 or $2.50. They charge for every single document that comes through the door. No, we are not the larger
Gotcha.
conglomerate, but we are still in the industry. And I need for you to
Gotcha.
Google this. What is the average cost of a tax return? And that'll tell you right there that your price, this premium.
Mm-hmm.
Google that right now while we online. What's the average cost? I know what it is, but what's the average
All right.
cost of a tax return?
Yep.
And that's a national average.
Mhm.
So I'm on something from Credit Karma, what they posted,
Yep,
and it says
273.
itemizing deduction. Okay, it says the average is 188.
Yeah.
If you add itemized deductions, then that bumps it up to 100 from another 100. Let me see.
Yeah.
Average by more.
Yes.
Oh, bumps the average up to 294. Now, I don't know what it's like in Washington, but
Yeah.
you still need to determine what's the price.
Right. Depending on the person, they charge about that. Yeah, but
And then
I'm trying, I was trying, well, yeah.
This was October 29, 2020. Dave Ramsey posts this. The average cost for a
Mhm.
basic tax return is $176. The fee covers a standard 1040 and a state with no itemized deductions. So that where's your prices?
Right. Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm
I
gonna
got
break
you.
it down.
I got it at 89 for just.
So you're gonna spend, let's just think about it even a little further.
I got you.
Break it down a little further. You're gonna spend about an hour and a half on that. So if we do
No.
an hour and a half divided by 1.5, that means that's $59 an hour for tax season.
Yeah, no.
If you're making per hour.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Rethink things.
Yeah, I got you.
Number
I
one,
had
think
another
about-
number set and I'm going back to it. I'm going back to my other number. I was gonna be in the 150 range, so for just the basic, and I'm going back and up from there. Is the business is what I really wasn't sure about. Is that a good price for
That's pretty
small?
low. I think that's kind of low.
Okay.
That's low.
The 474?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
At
I'll
minimum.
fix it all.
At bare minimum for a small or LLC, at minimum, you need to be charging at least $750 at bare minimum.
Okay. Okay.
Now, if I gave you the how much to charge a 990 in at 895, you know these prices.
Right. Yeah. You're right. Okay.
And guess
Shannon, we want you to be able to eat. Shannon, you hear me? We want you to
Yes,
be able to eat.
that is important. Ma'am, I was trying to be, I was being too nice. Yeah, never
Or
mind.
you gonna be at Jack in the Box while
Never
we
mind.
be at
I'm gonna do
Fleming's.
what I said. Well, because they were like, oh, you got to let people know. And I was like, no, I don't want those clients that have to know. I don't want the clients that have to know that. That's not who I'm trying to serve. So I need to stick with my first mind. I know what I'm trying to do. Thank you.
And if you're gonna do something, Shannon, and I'll share my price list with you.
Okay.
And I don't know your clientele, but I still gonna say
Right.
that it doesn't matter about the clientele. It's the service that you're providing them. It's the fact of the years of service eventually
Yes.
that will build up that you're providing
You don't
them.
need it in the front. It doesn't. It's not gonna look right like that. It's gonna look like a spider.
You're not
Years
on
of
mute.
experience.
Mhm.
Years of experience, etc. So it's a
Yes.
lot into it.
Yes.
It's the liability that comes with it. You know, it's the paper. You got to think about your overhead. You got to think
Yes.
about the lights are on all the time. You know, you paid for your software. You have to think
Yes.
about all the office expenses that you're in business. You're in business. It's not a hobby.
Yep.
So number one, we're
You're
going to take
right.
the prices
You're
off.
right.
And then number two,
I'm
we
going
get
back,
the price sheet. Okay.
raising them. Yes.
All
Not a
right.
problem. It will be done tonight. You'll see something different tomorrow or later this evening.
You don't, yeah, just, you could keep what you want on there, what's included,
Mhm.
and they can ask for that. But I'm not trying to even be funny. Like Jill may come to you tomorrow and you may charge Jill $6.95. Harry gonna come to you next week and you might like, I need to raise my prices. And you want to charge Harry, you know, more. Harry and Jill or whoever I said, they don't know
Right.
one another, so they don't know. After you get in,
Right,
and you
right.
start getting in the groove of things and you start seeing the time it takes you, you realize like, I worked, have you heard anybody say this? I worked all tax season and it don't even seem like I made any money.
Oh no, that's no. I
That's
hope
how I
to
felt
hear
when I
that.
worked at the firm.
See?
If you work for yourself, you shouldn't feel that way.
Yeah, I worked all tax season and I don't feel like I made any money. Then you
Right.
didn't make no money. You wasn't charging enough. You know
Right.
why? Because you
Gotcha.
were worried about clients not coming to you or clients leaving you. And so
Gotcha.
exude that, has stand in your power and attract into your space the type of client that you want.
Most definitely. I got
Okay.
you. I'm on it. I am on it. Thank you all. I appreciate it.
All right. Other than that, Regina, I don't think you saw her website though, but you're driving. Never mind. Stay on the road.
Yeah, I think it looks good though.
Yes, please.
I like the layout. I do like that. I think it looks good. But don't be afraid to leave off information and keep people interested. I think that's, you know.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
all right, ladies.
I
Well,
appreciate you.
Regina
Yep.
has given me a challenge, so I guess I have to upload. She gonna
Thank you.
pop back up in a minute. Watch.
Yes,
Mhm.
please upload. Yes.
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, I will do that. That means I have to. That's the whole year, so 6 weeks because we're into 2/17.
Don't have us
Mhm.
backlogged with no 6 weeks worth of videos. Oh, please let me get over because y'all not paying attention. I'm sorry, you guys.
Drive. Pay attention to the road. We want you home safe.
I was about to miss my street listening to y'all, and I didn't get over.
That's personal.
Please be safe. Please
It's gonna be
be
personal
safe.
if I don't get my videos.
They're on their way. I promise. I'll be up till 10 doing this just for you.
Thank you. I'll be up till 2 waiting on them.
Thank you.
All right, ladies. Have a
Bye,
great-
ladies.
Okay, I'm trying to find. Oh, here it is. The end
Sitting
button.
here waving. I
Have
got
a
my
great-
picture off.
Have a great.
Just
No,
go
I
look.
promise.
You too.
I promise. And they're going up tonight. Okay, take care.
Bye.
Right.
Bye, you guys.
Bye-bye.